Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to do a autumnal inspired makeup. Everyone has been very complimentary and loved the longer tutorials, so I'll probably just chuck in one a month. And at this time of year, as the nights draw in, we naturally get drawn to those kind of warmer, cozier tones. So I'm going to do a rose and berry inspired makeup. I hope you like it. So I'm going to start by using Max Factor's Healthy Skin Harmony. It's a new foundation which is great for dry skin. I'm going to be using the colour Sand. I'm going to start applying it all down my neck because I've got a white patch here. It feels really fresh, this foundation, when you apply it. All around my chin, and I'm just going to leave the orbital area of my face till last, and then I'll blend a nice hydrating concealer around the drier areas of my face. Sand is a really good colour for my skin because I'm quite red, and this is very yellow, so it neutralises any of the redness in my skin quite easily, and it feels fresh and light on application. This brush is by Look Good Feel Better. You can buy them in Marks and Spencer's. I work for the charity, and a percentage of the money goes to support the charity, and it's a fantastic charity. Okay, good. Oh, feels nice and fresh and alive. Those of you who like my videos will know that I love the Charlotte Tilbury Retoucher, and I use this in shade 1. Now, just for you to see, that's quite light compared to the foundation that I've just applied, and I do that just to create a lovely, very soft face shaping finish to my face. If it's lighter around the T-zone area of my face, it gives my face a little bit of dimension. And actually, if you use a couple of tones of makeup, it actually looks more natural. If you just give your face one tone, it instantly looks sort of mask-like and sort of very foundation-y. So just adding a little bit of lightness there, very gently, patting it in. I like to pat my concealer in, not to swipe it, because I want to almost push it into the pores, because it's going to be my saving grace in terms of making my skin look better. Great, I've just tapped it over my eyes. I don't have particularly greasy eyelids. I don't need to use a primer, and I can just wash that over, but not kind of keeping it too light. Nice and easy. Now I'm very excited because next I'm going to introduce you to Bobbi Brown's Instant Full Coverage Concealer. I love this. So if you like the NARS Creamy Concealer, which I do, this is another level of density and coverage on top, and it's again super light. So on my chin, where I'm always red, I'm going to use this shade, and I've got, I think, number 4, Warm Beige. And here, where I've got loads of pigmentation and just sort of old scarring from acne years ago, it just evens that out. And I use this with a lovely primer. At the weekend I used the Pixie primer, Pixie by Petra, and this on top, and it worked really, really well. And it lasted forever. Well, not forever, but it lasted for pretty much most of the day. So when I looked in the mirror, I thought, oh, my skin looks nice, which is something that I don't say very often to myself. Great, again, super light, nice and easy, creamy. Right, next I'm going to be using, just love the smell and texture of this. It's the Cellular Rose Blush Glacé from By Terry. And if any of you love By Terry, you will just know how addictive her rose fragrance is. So it's actually a very kind of bright tangerine orange, so not particularly rosy, but because I'm going to use rose on my eyes and on a berry tone on my lip, I just don't want to kind of go for the overkill. And I'm just going to place this right on the sort of front apples of my cheeks. It's really, really light in pigment. It's very soft, and it's water-based, so it kind of has this lovely cooling effect when you put it onto your cheeks. Get a lovely pigment of colour. Very translucent though, very translucent. If you like a heavy blush, then that's not really for you, but it just gives a lovely kind of dimension and freshness to your cheeks. Right, so next, I'm going to do a little bit of brow. I'm going to use Mysore Sandalwood from Blink. Just fill that in there very softly, backwards and forwards. Just finish off this brow. Great, and I'm just going to fix it, or fix them, with a little brow tint from By Terry. And I'm going to be using the palest shade here. I like my brows a little bit lighter and they do get a bit lazy and gappy, as you know, so I have to sort of keep them in place. Anyway, this is a nice product and I really like the colour because it's just slightly creamier, which is nice with blonde hair. Lovely. Okay, so I'm going to start the eyes and I'm going to be using a brand called Minna. It's cruelty-free, really great price, and they have loads of amazing colours. I was there at the weekend and I absolutely love the shop. You can kind of just get lost in there. It's like an Aladdin's cave. So I'm going to use this just on my lid before I go in with my palette, just because I want to get a really nice, oh, gorgeous hint of pink right across. I love that. And you know what? These lovely shades really boost a blue eye. Like if you've got a really beautiful pale blue eye, if you use anything red or pink around the eye, it really boosts the colour. Just blend that through and then take a buffer brush and just really soften that hard line. So the eyeshadow just dissolves and dilutes into your socket. It's always important that when you look straight in the mirror that you can just see the colour just on top of your socket there, and that way that ensures it keeps your eyes looking wide. You're not closing and shrinking them down. Right, so now I'm going to go in with my lovely palette and I'm going to be using the darker shade first here, just to create a little bit of depth on the outside. I'm just using the brush to really tap the product in so it doesn't spill. And then because my eyes tend to hang over, I just use a darker shade here and that pushes that back. But I don't want to ruin all the lovely pinky rose. So I'm just using that darkest shade and blending it out so it really softens out. And the same on the other side. Just going to be going in with a slightly lighter, still metallic-y shade here. I just don't want it to be too dark. I just want it to look quite feminine. So just blending that into the other colours. And actually, when you use a cotton bud, you compact the colour so that it shouldn't fall down onto your cheeks. And that just blends into there and just sort of takes that intensity away. And I'm just going to go in with a lovely light metallic colour. And it's warm, it's like a very sort of soft, pale shell colour. And just on the inside here, and across my tear duct, inside here, and across my tear duct. You can really see how that catches the light and picks it up. Just kind of gives it that sort of like soft 3D effect. And just to finish, I will go back with my lovely punch of Minna, because I love that right across the front. So obviously the mascara and the liner will really pull everything together. So I'm going to go with my Marc Jacobs. I absolutely love this. I keep forgetting the colour of it though. It is brown in brackets out. They are so soft and they last. The tutorial that I posted the other week actually was using this Marc Jacobs one, but it's just so soft. So put it on your waterline and then just take the corner bit. You might need to blink a few times, but just get it into that little area there, because again that really sharpens the shape of your eye. If you've got very small eyes, you might find that this effect actually tends to shrink your eyes. So you can just use the colour underneath your lashes, but just make it very smudgy. Don't create a very hard line. As long as you've got lots of lovely lashes, it does tend to have the opposite effect where it opens out your eyes. Okay, so now we're going to go in with mascara. I'm going to use Max Factor's Masterpiece. Lift, 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 lift. Always pushing mascara at the base of the roots. Great, okay. I might just take a little bit of my blending brush and just dip it into the Minna 506, just to push it slightly into my socket so it looks a little bit more wide-eyed. Still just catching the light there. Just want it to look sort of feminine and pretty. Okay, fine. Now I haven't put any powder on until now. I'm going to use my Ilya. I love this little compact powder because the Healthy Skin Foundation has got oil absorbers in, so I wanted to see if it would mattify my skin, which it has. So I need very minimal amount of powder, but I just want to do it around the areas that I used the concealer, because I do want that area of my skin to stay as clean and as polished as possible. Okay, good. I just want to add that I've been using a new deep lip filler by Sensai. It's a brand you might be more familiar with. It's a sister brand of Kanebo. It's a Japanese brand. It's been around since the 70s, really. They spend a lot of money, and there's a lot of scientific research on anti-aging. And they have found that there is this beautiful silk called Koshimaru, and the women who weave the silk have the most beautiful young hands. So they've put this into their science of their skincare. Anyway, I've been using it. I've applied it before, but I just keep putting it all over my top lip because it's meant to add volume. And I just want to add more volume to the top of my lip. Currently, I've just been using it for a week. It just really hydrates my skin. And it's nice because it kind of leaves the skin almost sort of tacky, so it's a nice base for lipstick. I can't say it's made any difference yet, but I'll carry on and let you know. Right, so I've been really banging on about this new Bobbi Brown Lip Crush. And this colour is Grenadine, and I'm going to use it because I want it to be all soft and smudgy. And the lip texture is so soft. You put it on and it's so lightweight. I mean, gosh, you can't underestimate how important it is that products that we buy and makeup that we buy into, invest into, need to feel nice on our skins, on our lips, on our eyes. And if the texture is right, you're going to buy it. It doesn't travel too much. And I'm going to create a nice stain. So I'm going to push and migrate the colour slowly from the centre of my lips outwards. So I really, really work the lipstick into my lips before I push it dangerously towards my lip line. Can't bear it to budge. But once the colour is placed, it looks great. It's really hydrating. All right. That's worked in nicely. Just going to blot. The blotting thing really, really helps the pigment stay put, and it also stops too much lipstick being on your lips and then travelling. I'm just going to use a lip brush just to, even though I want it soft, I'm just going to fill out that line like that. Soft but nice, nicely shaped. Do you know what? As much as I love my By Terry, I think I just need a little bit more warmth. I'm just going to add a little bit more there, just to give me more of a flush. That's it. And that's the thing about makeup, isn't it? You can put it on and adjust it, and part of the whole process. Actually, those two shades mixed together are actually quite sweet. So I hope you like the final look. I think the colours are really pretty and feminine. If you like what I do, please subscribe and have a lovely weekend. See you soon.